Hi students, welcome to our channel Physics Concepts by Ali sir. In the today's session, we are going to discuss about the topic specific heat, which is a part of heat. In this session, what we will discuss is we will discuss about the definition of specific heat, formula, and why different substances are having different specific heats, the units of specific heat, and what are the practical applications of specific heat. Those all things we will discuss. Now let's start the topic. And first, very beginning, now let us see when we are discussing about the specific heat. Whenever this word specific heat comes, then immediately one word should strikes you. That is then reluctance. The meaning of this reluctance is it's a total specific heat definition, meaning just involved in this word. That is unwilling to change. Unwilling to change. Now let's discuss about this what is this reluctance and what is this unwilling to change. And the substances which are having high specific heat, they have reluctance, means they don't want to change from their current state. What does it mean? For example, if let us take any one substance, let us take a water. When we are taking a water, water will not get easily the heated. At the same time, once the water is cool, it won't lose its coolness for long period of time. Immediately it won't lose. It takes lot of time to cool, or if you want to heat it, it takes lot of time to get heated. What does that mean? Then whatever the state it is, that state it is trying to continue for long period of time. Once when it is trying to continue its current status, means it is not willing to change. Means if it is a coolness is there, it will try to just having the coolness for long period of time. If it is a hotness is there, it will try to maintain that heat for a long period of time. That simply we can call it as a reluctance. That we are calling as also specific heat. Now I will ask you one question. You see that this question many times it is asked. And now let us take two bowls. In one bowl water, and in another bowl then oil is there. Now let us start heating this one. Which will get heat faster, oil or water? Generally we supposed to have a wrong conception is water will get heated immediately. No, that's wrong. The oil will get heated faster, water will take long period of time. The reason is oil have very less specific heat, so it can get heated quickly, but water has high specific heat. So then what will happen? It would like to continue its current state for long period of time. That is what it will do. It will continue the state of whatever situation, whatever the temperature it is having. The temperature it is try to continue for long period of time. It takes a lot of time to change its temperature. Ultimately, the substances which are having high specific heat will take a lot of time to get heated. At the same time, if they have coolness, they will continue the coolness for long period of time. That is we are calling as a specific heat. Is it clear? Right. Now let us see what is the formula of a specific heat. In the previous session, we discussed about a heat formula. What is the formula of a heat? Q is equal to ms delta T. And from this one here, Q is heat, m is mass of the substance, S is the specific heat, delta T is a change in the temperature. Now let us take this specific heat. So specific heat S will becomes Q by m into delta T. So this is we are calling as the specific heat formula. S is equal to Q by m into delta T. Then what is the definition for specific heat? It's very simple. Simply in a matter of minute you will learn, and logically we will learn, so that you will understand easily. That is the specific heat definition we are going to take. The amount of heat required to change 1 unit mass of a substance by 1 unit degree Celsius temperature. Did you get it? Very simple. What is that? The amount of heat required. What required? The amount of heat required. For which substance? 1 gram mass of a substance, also we can say 1 unit mass of substance, no problem. 1 gram of a substance to change the temperature by 1 degree Celsius is called as a specific heat. Here is 3 terms are there. What are those 3 terms? We will supply some more energy. That energy, for which substance we will supply that energy? 1 gram of a substance will supply the energy. For what purpose are we supplying the energy? To change the temperature by 1 degree Celsius. That is we are calling as a specific heat. Did you understand what is the definition of a specific heat? Again listen, the amount of heat required to change 1 gram mass of a substance temperature by 1 degree Celsius is called as specific heat. Is it okay? That is the definition of a specific heat. Now what are the units of specific heat? This is the most important one, and these are the units. In the Celsius system, what will be that? The heat is measures in the calorie, by mass measures in the gram, and change in temperature measures in the degree Celsius. Got it? So how to read this one? Calorie per gram degree Celsius. Okay, this is the Celsius system. And if it is in the SI system, what is that one? In the SI system, heat measures in the joule, by mass measures in the kilogram, change in temperature measures in the Kelvin. So this way you can take. How can we read this one? Joule per kg Kelvin. Is there any relation between these two? Yes. Now let us take the relation between 1 calorie per gram degree Celsius is equal to 4.186 into 10 cube joule by kg Kelvin. This is the most important what do we call expression, and many times in exam it has been given. Okay, right? This is about the units of specific heat. Okay, right? Next one is then which substance have the highest specific heat in the nature? It's very important. Water has the highest specific heat. Which substance? Water has highest specific heat. So highest specific heat we are telling, then how much that value specific heat we are telling now? That value either we can take 1 calorie per gram degree Celsius or 4186 joule by kg Kelvin also we can take. So this value you have to keep in mind. Which substance is having the highest specific heat in the nature? Water is having the highest specific heat. How much that value? In the CJ system 1. In the MK system that is 4186. So you have to keep this in mind. Most important. Oftenly asking in the exam. Okay, right. Now let us see. In the before discussion we were discussing about then water is having high specific heat and oil is having less specific heat. What is the reason? The reason, now let us discuss. Why some substances, why the specific heat is more for some substances, why specific heat is less for some substances? Now let us see. And here now let us take about kinetic theory of matter. According to the kinetic theory of matter, as we know that every matter is consisting of molecules. These molecules are randomly in the motion. Irrespective of its energy, they used to randomly in the motion. Whatever, if it is having energy, not having energy, but the nature of the molecule in every state, the molecules are randomly in the motion. All sides they will. Okay, right. If we are supplying energy by means of heating, then what will happen? Each and every molecule will absorb energy. Once if the energy is absorbed, then what will happen? The molecules starts vibrating more and more fast. And what type of energies they will have? They will have vibration energy. They will produce. They will get vibrating energy, vibrating, kinetic, oscillating. So these all energies it will have. Linear energy. So then what will happen? Each and every molecule will possess this energy. Combining of these all energies are called as internal energy. Internal energy. What is meant by internal energy? The sum of vibrating energy, kinetic energy, oscillating energy and linear energy, those all call it as the internal energy. This internal energy is different to different substances. This is not common for all the substances. Yes, this internal energy is different, so different substances are having different specific heats. Did you get it? Why different substances are having different specific heats? Very simple, depending upon the nature of the substance, then the internal energy will be vary. So as internal energy is vary, then automatically the specific heat also will be vary. Got it? That's right. And now let us see the last one but not least one, and applications of a specific heat. What is meant by these applications? Applications in sense in our practical life where we will see these all specific heat. The first application what we can take it is, now this question will be asked to you in the exam. How can you explain by means of an explanation that specific heat of high specific heat of water stabilizes the earth atmosphere? Did you understand what I am telling? Then this earth is consisting, most of the part is water, right? This water stabilizes earth atmosphere. How it is? The question will be. Now let's discuss this, sir. Yes, the earth have high quantity of water with two different temperature conditions. What are those two temperature conditions? The first one is equatorial line. At equatorial line, then what will happen? High temperature is there, right? At equatorial line, high temperature is there. The first one, let's take that is at a equatorial line. So then how much temperature? High temperature is there. So then, so the water which is present at a equatorial place having then high temperature, because it's bit close to the sun, isn't it? Bit close to the sun. That is why the water which is present at equatorial place have high temperature. Okay, up to this part, 1 second. And afterwards, second extreme condition, what is that one? Polar region or polar region. And here polar region, then how much is the temperature? Low temperature. Very simple reason, it is far from the sun when we comparing with the equatorial place. So then what will happen? The temperature of at that particular polar region is very low. Okay, right. Here then what will happen? If equatorial place the temperature is more and more, then the life will becomes very difficult to sustain there. Even at polar region also the temperature is very low, there also it is difficult to sustain the life. Then what will happen? These two are connected by ocean water, right? Ocean water. So what ocean water is having? That ocean water, it is having lot of temperature, isn't it? Because at equatorial place the temperature is becoming more and more, right? And so at ocean water have high temperature. Ocean water is having high temperature water, and so high temperature. So this ocean water is called as storehouses of earth. This is very important one, storehouses of earth. Okay, now here heat definition we learned. What is that heat definition? Heat all the time transfers from a hot body to the cold body. Okay, heat transfers from hot body to the cold body. So here which is having high temperature body, that is equatorial place, the water which is present at equatorial place have high temperature. The water which is present at polar region have a less temperature. So then what will happen? The heat will transfer from the equatorial place to the polar region. Then what will happen? Two changes will be takes place. The temperature at equatorial place will be reduced, isn't it? Because the water is transferring and the heat is transferring through water, and then at polar region that cool water will become little bit warm. So then what will happen? And here polar region as well as equatorial place, at both the places extreme temperatures won't be. Extremely high, extremely low won't be. Then what will happen? The life can exist very easily. Because of that, why it is happening? Because of the high specific heat of water. Did you get it? That is the very important question. So this question will be asked you. Then how you can explain that? Because of high specific heat of water stabilizes earth atmosphere. This is the simplest one. You write on your own, no matter in that. Okay. And this is the first application what we can take. The second application is then watermelon. And see, did you notice any time? Let's take watermelon, and now when you are keeping in the fridge for a period of time, now let's place it half an hour or 1 hour inside the fridge. Inside the fridge, this watermelon, and afterwards, now let us take the watermelon outside of the fridge. Let us place in the open atmosphere for some time. After some time, then if you observe, no, the outside of the watermelon becomes cool. Normal, that is, it is not that much cool. After half an hour, outside of the watermelon becomes normal. It is not appears any coolness. But when we cut inside, then what will happen? Then if you observe, no, the inside of that fibrous food, it's too cool. Why? Long back we kept, we taken out from the fridge. But why we are feeling so cool now? The reason, very simple answer, that is the watermelon is having the large quantity of water. So the large quantity of water specificity is very high. So then what will happen? That high, because of its high specificity of water, that coolness will continue for a long period of time. That's it. Okay. And the third one is, and that is a samosa. So here is now when we are going to the bakery, then what will happen? The samosa he will keep in the oven and he will serve us. Now we will wait for some time. Once after a matter of 2 or 3 minutes, we can see that the outside is of the samosa appears to be normal only. But when we are about to open, no, we are about to eat, then we are feeling very warm inside. What is the reason? Very simple. The gravy or the curry which is present inside the samosa having the high specific heat. So these all are the applications of the specific heat. Okay, now, right? I hope that then you understood very well these are specific heat, and this is one of the easiest topic, 100% you can expect in the exam. And support me, Nana. Wish you all the best.